to a point where it's by far and away the majority? I personally doubt it, and I think most people in the sector would doubt it too, and would rather look ahead to a world where there's going to be this mixed economy of physical books still performing strongly. And what I think we're seeing in the market as well is different ways of reading ebooks, and what's one of the things significant perhaps about the Barnes & Noble Samsung Galaxy announcement today is that it's not an e-reader, it's an e-reader app on a tablet, because we've seen, again in the US and the UK, the sales of dedicated e-readers are slowing and actually falling below that of the sales of tablets, and people are looking for more multimedia devices, e-reading being just one of the things they're doing on them.
And how about you, Richard, when you're on your summer holiday this year? Paper book or e-book?
I am a paper book reader, but my son is, he has a Kobo, so he reads e-books, so we are a mixed economy household.
That was Richard Lovett there from the UK Publishers Association.
Now, we're told that so far this year, the world's population has used more of the Earth's natural resources than the planet can actually produce this year. It's been described as an ecological deficit. It is like being in an environmental overdraft. Well, with us in the studio, Andrew Sims from the New Economics Foundation also wrote a book called Ecological Debt. Well, welcome to the program. So, quickly, what resources are we talking about then? Well, if you think about it, the nature's equivalent of that thing which obsesses so many people, how far can you get through the month without running out of your pay? This is sort of the environmental equivalent. How far can humanity get through the year before we start pushing ecosystems beyond their ability to absorb our waste and so produce more stuff, the stuff that we need, whether that's forestry, fisheries, or the climate's ability to absorb greenhouse gases, for example. Now, because we now have these very good global data sets on the state of forests and fisheries and the climate, we can make a good approximation of when we get to the point that we're going too far.
So it's an approximation. Today, we might be in the red according to this. Equally, it could have been yesterday or sometime next week.
Well, it's a pretty good approximation. What we do know is that if we want to go back to a time when we were comfortably living within our environmental means, you've got to go back to the 1960s. From the 70s onwards, it's been creeping ever earlier in the year and allowing for some sort of the range of estimates. We can say that from in a very short period of time, from about the turn of the millennium 2000, the day fell around about the start of October. Since then, it's come a lot much earlier in the year. It's not hard to see why. You take one issue, recent research on forests, for example, and you look at the staggering rate at which there's been global forest loss, the equivalent of something like 50 football pitches every minute since the year 2000, and some more new research estimating that there's only about 5% of those sort of primary intact forests left under some kind of protection. So wherever you look, things seem to be moving in the wrong direction.